Testing, testing. Is this thing on? Oh, hi. I'm Ethan. For those of you that don't know me, for those of you that do know me, I'm still Ethan. Anyways, that was weird. Today, I wanted to kind of revisit an old video that I made where, I discussed being able to handle things a lot better if you kind of go no thoughts, head empty. I kind of just wanted to add on to that. I'm not necessarily changing my perspective. I do believe going no thoughts, head empty is pretty cool. But I suppose I just wanted to kind of add like an addendum that or a caveat, if you will, that going no thoughts, head empty, dope, but I feel as though maybe I should have kind of reiterated that it's best to do it from a place of faith. And that's not necessarily saying that you need to have faith in any particular religion or God or whatever, what have you. Although I do personally believe it's better to believe in something rather than to believe in nothing. I just mean having, being rooted in faith that everything will be okay, and having faith in the thought that everything will turn out the way it's supposed to, the way that it should, that everything will be all right, that you will be all right, you know, because it's a little bit less productive if you allow yourself to go no thoughts, head empty, but then when you do find yourself having thoughts again, they're all negative because of the fact that it's not rooted in some kind of faith. Whether it be faith that you're going to be okay, or if you're placing your faith into a higher being, as I have, as many other people have, just placing your faith in something. And yeah, it's kind of easy to lose yourself and to just get kind of lost in the moment when you go no thoughts, head empty, but it's not really rooted in anything. And it can also start to come off a bit as, a lack of intellect, or things like anything in that regard, really. Sorry, I probably should have turned my notifications off. I'm seeing a bunch of them, and it's messing with my focus. But I digress. Yeah, just it can lead to people viewing you in a certain light that may be less than favorable. So it's better to do so in a manner where you're able to go no thoughts, head empty, but still be very much conscious and present and rooted. And as aforementioned, the best way to do that is to do so from a place where you are rooted in some form of faith, whether it be in yourself or in a higher life form, whatever, what have you. Just believe in something, essentially. I guess that's what today's video is about. Just believe in something. Doesn't necessarily have to be Jesus, doesn't necessarily have to be, God. It doesn't have to be just one God. Whatever you want to believe in is on you, but just as long as you believe in something. You can believe in the trees, you can believe in the moon. Just believe in something. I feel as though as human beings, when we allow ourselves to not really believe in anything, it provides us with less than desirable side effects, you know. Um, I can speak from personal experience because I was there at a certain point. You know, I was someone who believed in nothing, and I can say that it was probably the darkest period of my life. Uh, it's not a particularly great way to go about life, you know, uh, just believing in nothing or half believing in something, even because I did that for a while too. Sorry, but I feel like when you allow yourself to truly just fully believe in something, then it's a lot more beneficial because you are allowing yourself to have some grounding, you know. And I don't know, this might sound a little bit like I'm buying into the or subscribing to the belief system that coincides with, like, oh, alpha males and sigma males. I'm not really into all that, but uh, at least as a man, I feel like if you are a man and you do not stand for something, I don't want to say it makes you less of a man, but for lack of a better word, I'll say that it definitely subtracts from what you could be as a man. It doesn't make you any less of a man, but it definitely prevents you from being able to fulfill your potential as a man. Is probably the best way I can formulate it into words. Um, I just believe that a man becomes a little bit more whole, a little bit more uh, strong, you know, a little stronger, uh, when they are able to ground themselves into something that they can genuinely stand for, a belief that they wholeheartedly give themselves into. You know, maybe like a set of morals or principles or some sort of code. You know, it's stereotypical to see that in movies and shows where they're like, oh, you're a man with a code. At least you have one. Most men don't. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of stereotypical. It's kind of a trite, you know, trope. It's played out. But I don't think it's, you know, for no reason. I think it's something that gets played out so much because there's a little bit of truth to it. You know, you don't want to be a man that doesn't live by some sort of code or principle or morals or a solid belief, you know. And it helps guide you a lot more than when you believe in nothing. You know, to have that light in your life that guides you. Why wouldn't you want that? But then again, everyone's different. You might be in a different part of your journey than I am. I just, you know, pray that if you're watching this, that, you know, maybe you can be a little bit more open-minded and try to explore different, you know, ways of thinking and belief systems. And maybe you'll find something that works for you and you can subscribe to it and find yourself on a path that you maybe never would have found yourself on before. And maybe it'll do you some good. If not, you can always come back here and tell me to shut up. But I genuinely believe that it is something that everyone could benefit greatly from. I have. And I was someone who was very nihilistic, you know, didn't believe in much, or would sometimes half believe in things. It's just, you know, it's a little bit better. How much better? Different for everyone, but I find that it's better in general. And why wouldn't you want better, right? Especially because it allows people to view you in a better light as well. You can help to guide others. And I think that as human beings on Earth, obviously, that's kind of important. I don't know that everyone shares a similar goal, but I very much would like to leave this world a better place than how I found it. I would like to positively impact everyone, the lives of everyone that I come into contact with before I die. That's kind of where I am, at least. And yeah, I didn't even want that really until after I found myself in this new place, and getting there has been such a beautiful journey. And you know, I wish everyone could experience that. So I guess that's kind of why I just went on this long rant about faith and belief and morals and all that. But I'll stop now because I think I'm starting to go on a crazy tangent. It's going kind of long, so I'll just cut it here. As always, if you're feeling any range of emotions, feel free to hit me up via any of the links in my description below. I'll always be here to talk or listen 24/7, 365, because you are not alone. You're never alone. And if you didn't hear today, I'm proud of you and I love you. Take care of yourself. Until next time, peace.